A Spanish woman who was touring in India was just gang raped by a group of Hindu Indian nationals. You've heard this story. It's in the news. It's going all over. And while grape is very common in India, we are not going to paint all Hindus as grapists. However, I want to take a little bit different turn in this video concerning the issue of grape and why we're seeing such a predominance of it amongst Hindus. Now, while Hindus do love to shower themselves with cow urine and eat cow feces while they swim in it, not all Hindus partake in these very strange, to say the least, practices. But are these practices just cultural, or do they actually come from the religion of Hinduism? What you'll find here on screen is that they are very much a fundamental aspect of Hinduism, and it is a part of their beliefs and their rituals to get closer to their many gods. While Hindus will tell you that they don't really believe in many gods, in reality, when you look at the Vedas and you look at the Puranas, they do believe in the idea of multiple gods. And you see these gods fighting it out, duking it out, graping each other's wives, so on and so forth. But why is this something that is so common? Well, what we see is that when Muslims, they love something or somebody in their religion, they emulate that. We love the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, and he was a mercy to mankind. This is why you find so many Muslims being so merciful even after all of the persecution that they go through. Well, in Hinduism, grape is so common in their scriptures amongst their own God. The three main gods that are in Hinduism, Shiva, Brahman, and Vishnu, we see multiple instances, as you'll see here on screen, of them graping each other's wives and also graping other people from their subjects. So it's only natural that the people who want to be like their gods, because in Hinduism, their gods become people and become other people, and they transform and then they become animals, so that they can have something to emulate, because they can't worship a God that is uncreated, that is not like their creation. They have to make the only God into a bunch of avatars to be able to worship. And this is one of the biggest issues in Hinduism. So what they do is they emulate and they idolize these gods, these avatars, to such an extent that they want to even emulate their practices. And this is why we find that this sister, who was from Spain, went through what she went through, because it is something that is promoted. Here's a quote from one of the predominant gurus in India today. Here, in this quote, he says that women actually deep down inside love getting raped. I don't know about you, but all of the women that I know would prefer not to be raped. But hey, I don't know what universe this guy is living in. It could be an effect of all the doo-doo and pee-pee that this guy has been inundated with. But does it stop here? What do we see in the Hindu religion that could be a cause for concern? Because I'm not attacking Hindus. Like I said, many Hindus reject these practices. They reject these stories of their gods graping each other, graping each other's wives, and graping other people in the creation, and then the creation cursing these gods, and then the gods becoming weak and having problems, and there's a lot of issues in this religion. Not all Hindus are like this. So we just want to say we love those of you who reject these things. However, it doesn't stop there. We see so much ritual murder as well in the Hindu scriptures, and here are some of the verses. Just recently, in this news article, you will see that one of these Hindu nationalists there in India thought it was a good idea to emulate one of his gods, who ritually sacrificed a child. So he took a young boy, kidnapped him, took him off and away from his parents, and killed him in a very, very horrid manner to be just like his gods. Why am I bringing this up? Because right now, more than ever, we have these grapists and these Hindu nationals who have so much hatred and animosity towards Islam going and joining the apartheid Israeli army in Israel to kill innocent Muslims. And when we go to the Indian media, all they have to say is negative things about Islam. but they turn a blind eye to their own religion that is right there in front of them, which Islam has none of these things. So I think it's time to stop being hypocritical and to cast light upon that which is actually found in scriptures of people who seem to have a free pass wherever they go. Those of you who are Hindus and who have a good brain on your shoulders and who know the nonsense that's found in the Vedas and the other scriptures in your religion, please, we invite you to leave this religion, because how can a religion be from God if parts of it you think are true and parts of it you know are completely not from the Creator? We invite you to Islam, which is the only religion sent by the Creator. There is nothing else on the face of this earth today that can be followed and will take you to paradise. All other religions lead to the hellfire. And as Muslims, we're not afraid to say this. We're not saying it from a position of hate. We're saying it from a position of love. There is no path to paradise except through Islam. But the thing is what does Islam even mean? Islam is typically not even translated. It means to worship the Creator alone in sincerity, submission, and obedience. From this, you find peace. So we invite you to this worship of the Creator alone. Don't worship avatars. Don't worship multiple gods. Don't worship rocks and stones and statues and ask them for help, because of a surety they cannot help you. And this goes for all other religions too. Stop worshiping people, no matter how great they are. Only worship the Creator, who has a name. His name is Allah. He is the God, the Creator, the most merciful. Find His mercy today by becoming a Muslim. And if you want to become a Muslim, all you have to do is testify that there is no God worthy of worship except for Allah, and His final messenger is the Prophet Muhammad. Peace and blessings be upon him. Guys, I appreciate all of your support that you guys have done for me. If you can, please go and support our efforts in Lebanon and all around the world with Iman Relief. We are doing so much great work. If you can, go to my link that's in the description below for Ramadan. Give the best of what you have. Purify your wealth, your zakat, your sadaqah. May Allah accept from you and give you the best Ramadan and elevate you. Because this month is a month that is meant to increase our taqwa, our piety, our shield that protects against harm and hardship. May Allah accept from every single one of you. If you haven't yet, guys, make sure to subscribe. Lasso up on that like. And as always, take care now. Salam, y'all.